In this module, we will be discussing the third principle, cultural humility.
Hey Jihei, what exactly does cultural humility mean to you?
Thanks for asking, Sophia. Cultural humility involves listening to and learning from community partners. It means respecting community expertise and drawing from this diverse reservoir of local knowledge. We need to honor all ethnicities, races, abilities, gender identities, sexual orientations, religious practices, cultures, and languages present in our surrounding communities, striving to cultivate a university culture committed to supporting and engaging local leaders. As students, we should aim to be active participants in the development and implementation of positive social transformation through collective impact.
That makes sense, Jihei. So cultural humility is about seeking to understand the spaces you're about to enter, learning about the work the community organization is doing and who it is serving, and how you can work with, not for, the members of that community.
Exactly, and it is important to remember that cultural humility is a deep and ongoing practice of learning from the community. No expert knows everything, and elite technical knowledge cannot trump or displace the value and insight of local knowledge.
Right. Cultural humility is not some technical skill that can be mastered, but a lifelong commitment to really listening to each other and taking seriously one another's experiences, perspectives, and wisdom.
Yes, and that means that cultural humility should inform project design and implementation. Let's talk about what cultural humility would look like in practice. Sophia, can you think of any examples?
As a volunteer at an after-school tutoring program, for example, cultural humility might involve acknowledging that you have things to learn from the organization, learning about the history of the program, the people who created it, and their aims, attending any trainings necessary for effective volunteering, and treating each tutee with respect and empathy. For non-Indigenous volunteers in particular, cultural humility in our Evanston context might also involve learning about Indigenous history, about who originally occupied the land on which we work today.
Those are great examples. Thanks, Sophia. As Northwestern faculty, staff, and students who have been supported in cultivating cultural humility, we must approach community partners as listeners, learners, and co-educators. We must recognize that rationality is plural and that encounters with difference must be allowed to challenge our own frames of reference. And we must approach unfamiliar practices and perspectives with non-judgmental open-mindedness and empathy.
Yes. We need to steer clear of one-size-fits-all approaches that ignore local, global, historical, and political contexts. If we care about making a real and effective impact, then we need to take responsibility for continually educating ourselves about the root causes of the problems we aim to address, and honoring the dignity and knowledge of those we serve and those with whom